What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Classroom Yaps. And today I want to jump right in and talk about how many people need to stop defending Rockstar. As I go on Twitter and as I see the GTA leaks, I am just surprised at how many people are going to step in and defend a $1 billion company. And I get it. There is a lot of nostalgia. There is a lot of emotion behind some of the best gaming moments of the past 26 years. However, the Rockstar that we talk about today is not the Rockstar of even the last 15 years. The Rockstar that I remember the most fondly, and really not even fondly, but at least as of recent, is the Rockstar that gave us Max Payne 3, the Rockstar that gave us tabletop tennis, the Rockstar that gave us Red Dead Redemption 2, which even Red Dead Redemption 2 was venturing into the $1 billion company that we know today. Quite personally, on just going on a little tangent here, I think that Rockstar really should have fleshed out Red Dead Redemption 2's online. It is a much better not story. I mean, who knows how good GTA 6's story is going to be based off of the leaks. However, it is a much more fleshed out world in the sense that you have every facet of this little Western map. And in that map, there is friction. Whereas in GTA 6, being that mirror of our world, we don't have that friction inside of the GTA 6 world. Now, of course, there's going to be built in, uh, guards that keep us from progressing to 100% on day one. However, the notion that I'm trying to get across here is that Red Dead Redemption 2 is a world that we don't live in anymore. And had they fleshed that out, had Rockstar really thought about, you know what, let's really bring Red Dead Redemption 2 online to the best place that it could possibly be, I think we would have something that really rivaled GTA 5. And when we talk about Rockstar, canceling those decisions, when we talk about Rockstar not bringing physical releases to GTA 6, it's really confusing how we continue to choose, not we, because I'm not defending them, but how many people choose to defend this company that ultimately does not give any f's about them. The problem is that they are charging us more money for this game, $100 for this game, and likely will veer into close to $1,000 after many people download skins, download cars, and releases that this game offers. And yet they can't give us a physical release. And that is where I side with CyberLeak, is that this game really should have been in the hands of the people. When I'm looking at the GTA 4 release, and not only for $70 did we get a lockbox, a metal lockbox, we got a duffel bag, and we got the physical release. And I understand inflation is a thing. I understand that prices have gone up. But there really is no reason that for $100 we shouldn't be sitting on a premium physical release. Maybe another lockbox, perhaps another duffel, perhaps keychains, what have you. It just does not make sense to me. So we are getting less for the money we are spending on this game. And there are people jumping out in front of CyberLeak and criticizing those that are celebrating the leaks. And I think when it comes to the leaks, it is more of a feeling of celebration. It is more of a feeling of validation, because as gamers and as even people who just collect physical media and are actively seeing physical media being stripped from our world, it's very validating to see somebody come out in front of that message and say, you know what, this is BS. We deserve physical releases. We deserve our game in this form. There is no reason it shouldn't be released in that form. And I think Rockstar made a point as well, in that most people are not actively seeking out leaks. Maybe that's true. I do think that there is a theory that I have that most of these leaks is Rockstar behind them, and that's a very big possibility. However, I think when it comes down to Rockstar not leaking their own game and this cyber leak actually having, a motive to do this and the wherewithal to do this, it makes more sense to me that that's happening, because I think, as I said in another video, we have come to a point where the frustration of GTA 6 not being released is ultimately just the most frustrating and anticipatory thing that gamers have been waiting for. And this is coming from someone like myself who has waited, years and years and years and years for Half-Life 3. I think the difference with Half-Life 3 is that there has never really been a promise of Half-Life 3 releasing within a year and then a delay. And then, oh, okay, we're going to release in 6 months and then a delay. Half-Life 3 was always just in the ether as being developed. It was never actually going to be like a thing until Valve came out and said, Half-Life 3 is coming out, May of 2026, whatever it is, right? And that anticipation and that hope has always been able to stay hope and always been able to say wow, what if this game actually comes out and what will it be? As opposed to Rockstar continuing to dangle the keys in front of us and say, look, there is a game, but we're going to delay it. We're going to delay it. We're going to delay it. We're delaying it because of this. Oh, we have to watch the preview on Netflix. Oh, after Netflix, then you'll be able to see it on YouTube or wherever it is. So the carrot being dangled in front of us continually is going to lead to mass frustration, where these leaks were inevitable. These leaks were always going to happen. And honestly, it's damning, because we as gamers need to ultimately make that decision. Are we going to continue to let that happen to us, or are we going to put a stop to it? And that's where I have a little less hope. That's where I tend to say, you know what, I think the future ultimately is going to be mostly digital, and I think Sony is correct in that, because we have to understand that the gamers that are clamoring for physical releases are being outnumbered by the new generation of gamers who are not like asking for that. Seeing that as a teacher, seeing that as, I see 8-year-olds that have PS5s, or who are completely content in just playing Roblox, a game they do not have on a physical disc. I can't see them being very mad that GTA 5 is just going to be digital only. I don't even think they realize there's an option, because the reality is, if they're going to Best Buy or GameStop to buy this disc, that they're probably a very, very, very select few of doing that. And that's where I do think Sony and I do think Rockstar kind of are banking on that, because the fact that these gamers are not going to be looking for that in the future, they don't have to worry about it. They're the ones that are going to want the PS6. They're the ones that are going to want the new generations of Xboxes. And even the PC gamers that come of age in the next 10 years are not going to be too worried about physical discs. And, it sucks to say, but I do think that physical discs for video games are going to become a lot like vinyl, where you do see releases that people put their care and their heart into, or studios put their care and their heart into. But defending a billion-dollar company that is not giving us any of that is not it. But that's my rant for today. That's my video for Classroom Yaps. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think of the leaks below. Let me know what you think of people defending Rockstar, or people going against Rockstar. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you watching. Please consider subscribing. Have a nice day.